Well, if people make it here, I'll be happy. That was quite the ordeal. Okay, this one is, we're going to delete this forever. Nope. Delete forever. Shoot, that was really too bad. Hello. I'm trying to get this live stream. I don't know what happened, but hi, Alyssa. Elisa, I don't know what happened, but it clicked off. And that was the end of it. So now I have to share this out again, okay? I lost the description and everything, I think. Let's see. So I'm gonna spend the first, there it is, first few minutes doing what I did for a half hour, an hour beforehand. So share it out, Elisa, if you could. And then I will share it out too. You and I, we're gonna be the, okay. More options, no. Users cannot, okay. Oh, save, okay, save. And then, let me see. Okay, go to my videos. It's not showing up in my live, is it? I'm so sorry that. Okay, here we go. All right. Now I can share to Facebook. And I will say all of this. Okay, and then create a post. Hi, thank you for coming in, everyone. Post. And then finally, I will give myself a thumbs up. Hey, okay, let's get started the best of my ability. So first, I want to share what is diffusing in my living room right now, and that is citrus twist. This oil, the ingredients are wild orange, lemongrass, ginger, and ginger extract. And citrus bliss, what it's really good for is to create a positive environment, and the aroma will brighten any room any time of the year. This is a limited time only. Once again, citrus twist. I'll walk you into the other room so you can see. There it is. Okay. So we'll wait a little bit. A lot of people probably went over to the other live that doesn't exist. I should probably go to my Facebook page and delete the other ones. Oh, that is so frustrating when that happens, right? Okay, 3. All right. Let's go ahead and Karen. Okay. And we're going to delete. Delete. Okay. All right. Okay. It is what it is, right? Let's go ahead and get started anyway. So I'm a little bit underdressed today. I'm in my bib overalls. I was in the process of building a new video. That video is chicken feet stocks. So I'm doing a new format with that. Hi, Shawana, good to see you. I made a really big mistake. I don't know what happened, but my first live went boop, and it was gone just as I was starting. Anyway, today I spent the time in my kitchen making my own chicken stock, which I do 2 to 3 times a year. And so right now, hi, Happy, how are you? The first 2 lives got lost. So I'm just going to hold this for you. I am making chicken stock, and I'm actually doing the step-by-step video. Yes, I make my chicken stock with chicken feet because of all the gelatin in the toes. So, right now we're probably an hour into simmering that, and we have 2 more hours to go. So hour into simmering, and we have 2 more hours to go. And so that's what's going on with that. That's the video I'm building. I am also building a video that is Troy and I on our day off. That's going to premiere not this week, because this week is part 2 of the pasta videos. And then the following week, no feet for me. Oh, don't worry. You know what? I will tell you this, Shawana. If I made that stock for you, you would have no idea that it was made with chicken feet. The chicken feet I buy are really, really good chicken feet from a local farmer, Khadijan Farms up in Glenwood, Minnesota. They treat their chickens well. Everything I appreciate that they sell the feet because, first of all, they're intact. They don't look like they've been pulled off of the chicken like the Walmart ones do, but you wouldn't even be able to tell. Anyway, let's go ahead and get started on this wild rice, and then we'll go through everything else, okay? So, coming on over here, you guys, I'll let you see. Okay. So I'm going to fill this with 3 cups of water. Okay, I'm going to get it to a boil. Back here, we're going to add some walnut pieces. There we go. And we're going to toast some walnuts. So the toasted walnuts and we have dried cherries are going to go into the wild rice. I'll get that toasted, not burnt like I did last week. So today's menu is, you can see I was in production, right? Anyway, today's menu is wild rice with cherries and walnuts, grilled salad again, and then we're doing grilled trout. I bought a lot more. I bought a big, huge piece of trout. So this is Steelhead Trout. I bought a big, huge piece of it, so I'm going to cut it in half and then in fourths. We will have to take out the pin bones together, though. So we're going to wait for that water to boil. The best way to do that is with a lid. Then we're going to put in a cup of wild rice. Now, my wild rice is grown up on Red Lake, in the Red Lake Indian Reservation. So notice that it's not black, right? So this is what I call real wild rice. Real wild rice. The stuff that's black was actually, or that we find in our stores that is black and hard, that's actually a hybrid that the University of Minnesota developed back in the 70s. And personally, I can't stand it. It takes forever to open up, and it doesn't taste good. It doesn't taste like wild rice. Oh. Pine City Apiary, Paul, how are you? We're making wild rice. Yep, and we're having trout. So a cup of wild rice. This, Paul, this wild rice comes from, unless you've been in here for a while, this wild rice comes from the Red Lake Indian Reservation. I have a young man who lives there, who for every year for my birthday gives me a bunch of wild rice. So I have two things worth. I should probably combine this. I don't know why I did that. So we'll just combine this really quick. And this is the jar. I always bring him back this jar, and he brings me this. So. Yeah, I mean, super cool. I love this wild rice so much more than the stuff you get in the store. Sometimes you can order some good stuff from Amazon, but I prefer to get it right from the reservation. So let me do something. I'll be right back. You know what I'm doing. Oh, gosh. It's raining, and whenever it rains outside, it rains inside my sinuses. So I'm really lucky that way. Okay, so we'll work on the salad later. Let's work on the trout while we wait. So I need another cutting board over. I need a, where's mine? Okay. Oh, did it again. They're toasted. Oops, turned off the wrong thing. Okay. I need my. Okay, for some reason, I have no problem touching raw fish, but I do have a problem touching raw shrimp or raw chicken. I'm making cards. Yay, talk amongst yourselves, right? Talk amongst yourselves, please. Okay. So. Let's pull the pin bones first. I see there's a whole bunch of pin bones here. Now, where did my husband put their... No, that's not it. You guys, I apologize. My husband put my pin bone puller. It's supposed to be right here. There it is, right where it's supposed to be. Okay, so if you don't know how to pull pin bones, you're just going to go along the seams and see if there's any bones sticking out, right? And then you're just going to take some sort of pliers and pull out the bones. Let's see if I can get you closer on that. And if I can... Okay. All right, so we're going to go along here, and there's the pin bone. I'm going to pull it out. Sometimes the butchers get this right, or the fishmongers. Sometimes they miss a few. For some reason, I always have to pull pin bones. Glasses are falling off. So I found something really interesting. You know how all the pork plants and the processing plants are shutting down and people are doing a run on meat? Well, Troy and I always have a hankering for ribs during the summertime. And We were like, well, if we can get any ribs, we should get, you know, maybe 1 or 2. There we go. All the pin bones except for that one. Where is it? There it is. Sometimes you have to dig in there. See? Got it. Okay. Let's get you back there. So we went to Cub, which is one of our bigger supermarkets, and we found it interesting that Cub was having a buy one get one free sale on baby back ribs from Smithfield. Now, isn't Smithfield one of the processing plants that had to shut down? That's what I thought, at least. All right, looks like the water's ready for the wild rice. So we're going to put 1 cup of wild rice in 3 cups of water. I have a ½ cup of dried cherries. Put that right in there. And I'm going to wait a little bit to put the toasted almonds or toasted walnuts, because I don't necessarily need them to get any softer. So cover that up. Let it come to a boil. Yes, in South Dakota. Yeah, so Pine City, Paul, why would Cub be doing buy one, get one free? My husband thought that it was perhaps because the people who usually buy pork products found out that, you know, the people were getting sick, and maybe they thought that the pork was contaminated with COVID-19. Well, if you handle your meat correctly and you cook it thoroughly, there shouldn't be a problem with that. But I don't think that's it. So I don't know. Buy one, get one free. So we bought 2 and got 2 free, and now we have ribs for the summer, because we don't eat a lot of pork. We don't eat a lot of, but we gotta have our ribs every now and then. Oh, they set up those sales months in advance. I didn't even think about that. Take a walk with me. I need to get some water. Once again, citrus twist, diffusing in my diffuser. dōTERRA. So let's cut this trout. We'll cut the trout. We're gonna cut it. I almost think well, maybe we'll cut it in 3. This fatty layer we're gonna leave on there. So if I'm cutting it in 3, there we go. I don't find that this fatty layer tastes fishy, but I usually cut it off, and then that becomes part of my dog's snack when I make dog biscuits. I'm seeing scales, and I was like, not happy about that for a second. Okay. Yeah, there are scales. Just a few, though. All right, so the preparation for this is pretty easy. We're going to do olive oil, salt. Let me try that again. We're going to do olive oil. We're going to do everything seasoning. I'm going to turn this down. And we're going to do lemon zest and pieces of lemon on top. Yes, I just washed that. See, that's what bib overalls are good for. All right, let's keep going. So, olive oil. I know I moved it over here. No, I didn't. Put a little olive oil in here. That way I don't tend to waste it. If I just pour it on there, it's not a good thing. So just paint the olive oil on there. It's a fatty fish, but you don't want it to stick. I just love the marbling on steelhead trout. Okay, so I'm going to turn this over. I'm going to oil the skin. I'm not going to season the skin though. I'll be right back. LSP Productions, good evening. Good to see you. Good to see you. Thank you so much for coming. Escaped avocado. Okay, so here we go with our everything seasoning. We're just going to sprinkle it generously. Not too much, not too little. There we go. And now I need some lemon zest. So I'm going to zest this lemon. Right over the fish. The essential oils in the lemon are just really pop when you use just the yellow part, the rind, the yellow part of the rind, not the pith, but it just pops. It's delicious. Now, if you wanted to, you could also use a drop of dōTERRA lemon essential oil because it is, you can ingest it. Now, a lot of people would disagree, but having studied the science behind it, and also having studied the opposition's point, I do believe that dōTERRA's edible or ingestible oils are just fine. My glasses keep falling off, you guys. LSP, how you been doing, girl? I miss you. School, you know that I'm distance teaching and I start at 6:30 and it's nonstop until about 4 or 5 in the afternoon. Distance teaching, distance learning is difficult for kids and teachers who have had no training. The training I've had, though, I have to say thank you to YouTube because at least I know how to make a video. At least I know how to be a little bit funny, right? And even when I'm not funny, I at least know how to make a video. All right, so we'll put that off to the side. I need to cut this lemon. We'll get to the salad in just a minute. Okay. All right, the fish one needs to go here. So I have a lemon that I worked with last week when we were making the trout or the salmon salad. So I'm going to continue. I'm going to cut that up. Slice as thinly as you possibly can. Okay, sometimes it's hard to tell. So when I'm using a knife, you guys, I'm not going to look at the chat because every single live stream I've done where I looked at the chat. I either cut a finger or burnt myself. So we're not about that today. Okay, so this is what we do with this. We're going to lay it out. I may have to cut into that other one. 2 pieces on each. And this big one will probably take 3. Well, that's not fair to the other ones, is it? Let's just cut up a little bit more. Okay, 2 slices. All right. There we go. So that's prepped. That'll go on the grill. That'll go on the grill. It'll grill until we decide it's done. Troy and I tend to like our salmon and our trout and our fishes, any fish actually, that we like it pretty well done. I don't like anything that oozes. So Chihuahua, yes, Mama Goonie, ooh, salmon. Actually, it's steelhead trout. Oh, you guys, if you have not seen it yet, I'm telling you, you have to go over to Mama Goonie's channel and watch her tomahawk. Shoot, let me put that in there. You got to watch her tomahawk. Tomahawk steak video. It is. She had my mouth watering this morning. I haven't had a steak in months. Mama Goonie. There you are. I haven't had a steak in months. And this was, I was like, okay, Troy, I just saw this really beautiful video on a tomahawk steak. Here we go. Yeah, it was, this is Mama Goonie's tomahawk steak. Okay. You gotta see it. You gotta see it. It'll have you running out to the store to have any kind of steak. It was beautiful. Okay, so what we have to do, which we didn't do, we're gonna turn down the wild rice and we're gonna add some seasoning because we didn't do that beforehand. And then we're gonna add in the walnuts. So a little bit of, just a little bit of everything seasoning. We're going to stir that up, and I'm going to add the walnuts in. You can see, you guys, it's already starting to pop. Okay. And the cherries have plumped. Okay. We're going to let the rice absorb the rest of that water. And, oh, my chicken feet stock, it's really going to be a video. My chicken feet stock is really starting to come along. So a lot of people are like, I hate no feet, gross, feet are gross. Yeah, they're gross if you get the feet from a place where they don't clean up after after the chickens. So the chickens are basically walking around in their own. Anyway, I am not a believer. I believe that you should use, if you're going to eat any sort of meat, you should eat every part of the meat. Yep, so I'm going to put that in here. Mama Goonie. And this is her reverse sear Tomahawk. How do you spell? I'm gonna just spell it wrong. Is it tomahawk steak video? Yeah, you guys make sure you copy and paste that link. Do something with it. All right, let's move on to the grilled salad. Well, we know that's not so hard because we did it. I think we did it last week, didn't we? I think we did. That's all right. So we're gonna cut the we're gonna cut the romaine in half. We're going to season it with olive oil, plenty of olive oil. We're gonna go with everything seasoning, and then after it gets done, when we chop it up, that's when we add in Parmesan. So it is really, it's awesome. If you haven't done a grilled salad, it's an easy preparation and it's tasty, really tasty. Brings a new dimension to romaine lettuce. Let me get some of this stuff out of the way and we'll get started on that. I'm going to cover this up. I'm going to take our big, huge box of plastic wrap from Costco, cover it up, and I can put that aside for Troy to deal with from here on out. I decided to let my hair just be my hair today. And I decided not to put on a ton of makeup. And I decided not to worry too much today. I'll tell you why. Because I had nightmares. I'm so, I am easily not excitable, but when I get wrapped up in a situation, I have a really hard time letting go. And if I'm scared or have fear, that seeps right into my dreams. So I had nightmares from the moment I laid down to the moment I woke up. And this morning I woke up thinking, I know that tornado dream is a dream. And here I am, I'm awake talking to myself about it. But I was having a hard time turning the visual off in my brain of what I was seeing in my dream. So my heart rate was going about 100 miles or 100 beats per minute, maybe a little more. And I was like just trying to breathe myself through it. But all I could see, I was having a tornado dream. All I could see was the wave from the wind on Lake Superior someplace. I was in a stone structure, which I knew was safe in my dream. But everybody I was with ran out into the tornado and the big wave that was coming along with it. And I was hugging onto the barrier saying, this structure is not going anywhere. This structure is not going anywhere. And I woke up thinking, this structure is not going anywhere, but still feeling as if I was in the dream. Holy Hannah. Holy. And so I had been having these kinds of dreams all night. And it's from the anxiety, and the anxiety stems from what we're experiencing. And sometimes it doesn't bother me. Sometimes it doesn't bother me at all. And I'm like, I'm fine being home. I'm fine teaching. And I am fine teaching from home. But, there are times where maybe I just stuffed my fear and it went into the back of my mind, and then crazy dreams. So here's another thing I can tell you. So one of the things, I'm in the middle of production for my video, but one of the, I'm all about, wow, almost lost you. Sorry. Woo, sending my computer everywhere. Anyway, one of the things that I have started to incorporate in my routine is the use of this oil, which is called Copaiba. It is a cannabinoid, not like cannabis, but it is a cannabinoid that has some of the same calming effects as CBD oil. It comes from a tree in Brazil. It is distilled from the resin. All I know, okay, I was you know what, I can tell you the science on this. So many of you know I'm in the process of getting my essential oil certification. And so I'm in the last module. And so I am learning about all the what is good and what the science is behind each essential oil. And believe me, I am a believer in essential oils. You guys, if you need anything, if you want to know more about essential oils, I'd like very much for you to copy and paste the link that says my dōTERRA something / what's it say? It says mydōTERRA.com / Karen Paulman. Mama Goonie is a partner of mine in this. And Mama Goonie, you should see if you can take the class. Anyway, Copaiba is steam distilled from Brazil. It's grown by the Amazon River because it's 80 to 85% humidity year round. Oh my God, I could not live there. The science behind it is primary chemical is you guys don't need to know that, beta-carotene, which is a sesquiterpene. Sesquiterpenes land on the outside of our cells and try to and adjust the receptors, okay? They land on the cell and they interact with the receptors on the outside of the cells. If it was a monoterpene, it would go inside the cell and start dealing with whatever is attacking us in our cells. So it's a cannabinoid and interacts directly with the receptors in the endocannabinoid system. So that we have an endocannabinoid system. That's something I need to look up. But what happens is it soothes the tissues. So it sends a soothing message and it helps you, your body like calm. So a lot of people say it has similar effects as, so this is the oil. A lot of people say it has similar effects as CBD oil. Now, what's interesting is I found out by getting paid that I am still a CTFO member. So associate. So I have a link down there also to my CTFO, the opportunity. Now, CTFO specializes in CBD oil. So I think I'm covered. Get my CBD oil, get my Copaiba, rub this all over, eat that, I'll be fine. But hey, try it, buy it, make it, sell it. Rini, how you doing? Rini, I'm talking about Copaiba. I have been having a lot of anxiety around what's happening in our environment, and I started using this. And although it didn't help me last night when I was having nightmares, this morning when I woke up and I was able to rub it on my hands and put it on my neck and actually put a couple drops in my facial lotion, I felt this happening. And then I'm also, I am diffusing right now Citrus Twist, which is, it's just bringing a peaceful calm and light scent to the house that lifts. Okay, I'm gonna put these oils back. We gotta work on the salad. So it lifts the mood. The Citrus Twist really helps lifting the mood. So the combination of both of those has been really helpful to me. I think I'm going to use the Copaiba before I go to bed, plus diffuse some lavender in my room to see if I can avoid anxiety nightmares, right? Okay, let's cut this in half. I have already washed this. I soaked it this way, dried it out, for about 2 hours, actually. So we're going to cut the lettuce in half. Some of the leaves may fall off. You can save them for salad. Don't throw them away. This one's a bigger one. And so this is for our grilled salad. Okay, like I said, some of the leaves may fall off. Don't throw them away. If you find something funky in your lettuce, pull it out. Okay. Last week we just did one thing of romaine and it wasn't enough. We wanted more. Just checking my rice, sorry. Okay. Get some light on that. All right, so once again, I'm going to pour some olive oil in here so I don't waste it. If I can find my olive, oh, there it is. Love the oil. Yeah, love that oil. Yep. So gosh, you guys, I know it was fast. Like I went from not even talking about essential oils to being a wellness advocate, like within 2 weeks of receiving my first oils. I'm like, this is for me. I have to do it. And the cool thing is, a week after I started, you know, after I became a wellness advocate, I earned my first commission. So, and it's not, the thing about it is it's not like you're trying to, I'm not selling it. I'm just telling you why it's so good. And if it had not changed my life and my health for the better, because I was so dang sick, this probiotics or not, I mean, I know the probiotics protected me a little bit, but my body couldn't keep up with the environmental pathogens that were going through our school. I'm going to pour this on here because this is a big, thick one. My body could not, once I got sick, my body couldn't keep up. So Cape Fierro, you guys, I did this video about essential oils. Do they really work? They do. They do. Cape Fierro sent me a blend of several oils called Flume. I talked about that a lot, and I've already made my own like 3 times. Now I'm out of on guard, which I need. Cape Fierro sent me a bunch of samples. She talked to me about what everything was for. She prayed for me to get healthy, which you guys know that I believe a little bit differently than most people. I believe in faith and love and hope. Oh gosh, that's going to be good. I believe in faith, love, and hope. I believe in the power of everything that everybody else believes in. I'm just a little bit different. But that being said, she prayed for me, and prayer worked along with the oils, and I haven't been sick since. Sunny's Place, hello. One of my favorite restaurants makes a charbroiled romaine lettuce dish with grilled chicken. It's amazing. Yes, this is that same thing without the chicken. So it's really, really good. What time do we have? Oh my God, we have, in this hour, we have prepped our fish. We're not done yet because I got more to say about oils. We have prepped our fish. Our wild rice is almost done. We're going to put a bunch of butter in there. My chicken stock is good to go for another 3 hours before I continue videoing. Alyssa's back. Yay. Did you go anywhere, Alyssa? I thought you were here. I'm either going to I'm probably going to put a half a stick in there. Yeah, because this isn't going to be enough. So I use Kerrygold butter, which is a grass-fed, the cows are grass-fed, and it's just delicious. I tend to use a lot of butter. That's okay. So I'm thinking that looks really good. So I am going to cut the butter. Cut the butter. I'm gonna cut the butter. Yep, but that's what I'm gonna do. Sorry about the mess here. Okay. So this half I'll put back in my butter dish. Put this back over here. And then this half I'm going to cut into pats. And I'll show you. We'll bring you over here. And then I think, you guys, I think it's time for a glass of wine. Don't you? I like ending my live streams with a glass of wine. Yes, look at that. Let's see if I can make it bigger. There we go. All right. Get that in there. I don't want to use it. I want to use this. Okay. You know, I don't think that made it any bigger. There we go. Okay. So there's still a little water at the bottom. That's okay. We're going to continue cooking, but we will taste this with a glass of wine. You were sitting on my box of wine. So this is enough wild rice for 2 to 3 meals. So what I like to do is we'll have it the first night, and then I reinvent this all week long to go along with all of our dinners. So I may throw some of this in our soup tomorrow, or I may cut up some mushrooms and saute those and make it a mushroom wild rice dish. And believe it or not, the cherries enhance that. It's not weird having those cherries. I'm gonna get a small dish and then we're gonna taste that, but I'm also gonna get some white wine. I think it's time for wine. Of course, you're sitting on my wine box. So I'm going to have to figure this out. If you want to know what kind of wine I drink, you know, I'm a box wine girl, but I don't like cheap box wine. This Naked Grape, come on. So Naked Grape is what I drink. I prefer this over any other. A lot of people drink Black Box, but that's $4 more and not at all as tasty as far as I'm concerned. Wouldn't it be nice if I did that? Okay. I want to say cheers to you all, and we will taste that wild rice. Cheers. Happy Saturday. I've earned this today. I earn it every day. Yes. Just a little bit. You know, wild has a lot of protein in it. I don't know how much. Oh no, am I freezing? Okay, I should be back. Yeah. Okay, so. Perfect. It's tender. That cherry brings it some sweetness. I would add a little bit more salt. Yeah, let's do that. Add a little bit more salt. I don't need to add everything seasoning, but I do need to add a little bit of salt. Remember, it's better to under-season than to over-season because it's harder to get the salt out. I'm put this. Yes, I'm putting that back in because I want to see if the salt helped. Oh, it's perfectly tender. That's what I like. It's not crunchy or chewy. Perfect. Now, if I only had a tomahawk steak. I rock it. I have come to understand that I have been given a gift. And that's why I like to share it with you. I wish I was able to do it a little bit more professionally. You know, it'd be fun to have a better production studio besides this. You know, this I bought with my first YouTube check, which has been my only YouTube check. You know, that's all right. I get paid in other ways. I do YouTube because I enjoy it. I was all about the monetization though, you know, like, yeah, I got to get monetized. Now, some people are making money. I hope I am making a difference. Oh no, you forgot to get your rice. Cheers, yeah. So, don't like that fork. It makes my teeth hurt. I'm gonna use a big spoon. Really good. It's raining outside. That's why my sinuses are acting up. So anyway, you guys, so for the second, I'm going to go a little bit longer just to talk about stuff. But yeah, I was talking about my YouTube checks. I am only $40 away from getting paid again. It's only taken me since February to get to $60. But like I said, I get paid in other ways. And I enjoy sharing what I know. I like laughing a lot. I wish I could spend more time online and go to other people's channels, but teaching online, I don't know if anybody here is a online teacher. Stop staring at me, weirdo. If anybody else here is an online teacher right now, it is it's a challenge, especially since your students didn't sign up for that. They didn't sign up for online. And so a lot of them are angry. A lot of teachers are angry. Now, I keep telling folks, this has actually invigorated my teaching because I was burnt out by February, and that's why I got sick. Essential oils. What is that? Rolling Homestead, the wild edibles, and what? What? I'm going to be gracious and say thank you so much. I really appreciate that. That means everything to me. It gives me a little bit of a boost to keep going. But like I said, I get paid in other ways, but that's great. Don't not do it. My travels through YouTube have brought me to some really cool have brought me to some really cool opportunities, which help to fund these activities. You know, YouTube is not the place really to, unless you have one of those big channels. Rolling Homestead and Edibles in Wisconsin. Unless you have one of those really big channels, I don't know how YouTube pays. Oh, yeah, I don't know. Besides, I don't even know what I'm trying to say. But I have a blog that I'm not good at keeping up with that's making a penny or two a day. Literally. I am doing CTFO, which I got a check 2 weeks ago for, because I had signed up and somebody had been, what? I'm not going to do the dance because I don't do that, but wow, thank you. Oh God, let me get on. Oh my God, Mama Goonie, thank you. Let me get on my train of thought. Get back on my train of thought. So through YouTube, I found some super interesting opportunities. A year ago, I guess I signed up for not Be the Difference clothing, for CTFO, which is changing the future outcome, which is a CBD. Apparently, there are people that bought stuff that are, for some reason, I get the commission. So a couple weeks ago, I got this notification, you just got paid. Now, it was only $37, but it was $37 I hadn't expected at all. At all. So I started investigating. I'm like, this is actually pretty interesting. I haven't purchased any of their products, but a lot of my friends use the products. So I thought I would start working both. So working CTFO to help pay for dōTERRA, which is helping to pay for YouTube. So I'm like doing this rolling thing. Especially, I have to do something that brings joy to people. Oils bring joy. CBD oil brings peace to people. So these are products I believe in. Like I said, I don't know anything about CTFO except for what I'm investigating right now. If you really want to understand CTFO, click on my link, but then also go see the Boss Wife online, because she's the one who signed me up for it. And I got paid. So these are the opportunities. YouTube probably will not ever pay for I don't have the kind of channel, because I ferment things, in other words, controlled rot. I do specialty diets, gluten-free, vegan, vegetarian. There are lots of those things out there. So I will enjoy doing what I'm doing, and I will enjoy supporting what I'm doing through my other ventures. I also have a Patreon page. I think I have one patron, but I have one patron. So it's just ways that you can, for me to be able to fund this. And then making my videos, you guys, even though I'm not great at live streaming, Mama Goonie's good at live streaming. I'm not. But making my videos is my favorite part of YouTube. Live streaming is not my favorite part. It is possible to keep it, and I may be able to. I may be able actually to live stream more this summer when I'm not working, which is I only have 22 days of teaching. 22 days of teaching left. I'm in the countdown. Actually, I really can't get into the countdown until I can't do the countdown until I hit 20. It was in 2013, I started the countdown at 40 because my sister had died. Well, I don't need to do that. I'm going to start my countdown when I have 20 days left. And that's coming up. That's coming up. Actually, tomorrow will be 20 days and I can start doing the countdown. Every teacher does a countdown. Don't get mad at me. You know, every teacher does a countdown. So, you know, I do a countdown to Christmas break. I shouldn't say that. Anyway, I do a countdown to winter break, and I do a countdown to summer where I'm not teaching. Now, I'm always working. So this year I'll be doing dōTERRA #1, CTFO #2, and YouTube, and my garden. But my garden is going to be a container garden, so it's not going to need a lot of work. Edward, how are you? Good to see you. Good to see you. Good to see you. Right, Mama Goonie, right? Countdown. And right this year, I think it's even more intense for a lot of people. For me, it's not as intense as 2013 when my sister died. God, I was like, once I got back from my leave, you know, my, leave, grief leave, death leave, whatever you want to call it. Once I got back from that, every day was like, can I make it to the end of the day? I hate these children. I hate these children. I can make it. I can make it. I can make it. This year, it's not like that. Even with COVID-19, it's not like that at all. You know, I am very happy that it's ending, but I also learned a whole lot more. I learned a whole lot about, I had to integrate, technology. I mean, I had already been doing that because I'm a YouTuber, a small YouTuber, but I had already been doing that. But I've really enjoyed learning. And I also enjoyed being away from the grumpy kids because they were either I was or they were particularly grumpy this year. I don't know which it is. I think it's because I was tasked with a challenge I wasn't prepared for. I did the countdown in my senior year of high school. Yes, every senior does that. And you know what, Elisa, I just forgot to go to high school my last 2 weeks of high school. How I got to college, I have no idea. I just didn't go. I went down to the lakes. I was also doing, because I went down to the lakes. I was also doing, because I was kind of I was a knucklehead. Yeah, grumpy kids. I was busy partying the last 2 weeks of my senior year. I did not make it to school. Not once. I don't know how I graduated. I think that teachers sometimes go, well, let's not, she was okay until 2 weeks ago, which I wasn't a good, I was an arts kid, so I was always at the Children's Theater in Minneapolis. Now, if you know anything about the Children's Theater in Minneapolis during the late 70s and early 80s, you would know that me being a theater kid at the Children's Theater was not a good thing. Not at all. It was, there was still lawsuits going on about the abuse and the culture of abuse that happened there with underage children. The Children's Theater and the artist, he did do jail time. He only got 3 counts of sexual misconduct. And over 59 boys testified against him. 3 counts and over 59 boys testified. Anyway, it was women too. I was lucky in that I didn't escape the craziness. Is it really bad? I didn't escape the craziness, but I didn't get the brunt of the abuse. And anyway, there are still rules at the most popular children's theater in the United States, the Children's Theater of Minneapolis. There are still rules that no adult can be in a room with children with the door shut. If that tells you anything. So that was, that was the sexual revolution, and people went crazy. Pedophiles came out of the walls for the children's theater students. Not lying to you. Anyway, I survived. I have a doctorate degree. I have a steady full-time job. There were worse things that happened in my life, but I am still here. And I would love to say, so what, right? That whole so what thing that's going on, I think it's interesting. Have you guys seen the so what videos that people are doing? "59 boys," Mama Goonie testified against him. Yep, his name was John Clark Donahue, Children's Theater. Look it up. You can still find stuff because there's still lawsuits going on. Once the statutory limitations were lifted, I think that's when it happened with the Catholic Church. So what video? Oh no, just look it up on the internet and you'll see. John Clark Donahue, Children's Theater. That's all you have to do. But once the Catholic Church, people were able to sue the Catholic Church for past abuses, they could apply this to what happened to young boys and girls at the Children's Theater. I was contacted last year, but I told my story, but I couldn't go. I couldn't testify about what I had seen because I had shows going on, and I think, in hindsight, I really should have just let my coworker do whatever had needed to be done that day, and I should have gone and testified myself. But I have friends that testified and all that. Anyway, that's way off topic. That was last year. This is this year, and we have 20 days starting tomorrow. And I am a free teacher. I will be doing, and actually, you guys, that's a misnomer. Sorry, I'm not a free teacher. I am a working teacher. Normally during the summer, I used to do summer school. And then I started doing shows. So I'd go and travel and I'd choreograph, and that's how I'd make my money for the summer because I need money for the summer. Oh my God. Student loans. Anyway, this year the job is YouTube, dōTERRA, CTFO, and garden. Yep. So those things right there. This summer I have to make $2,500, which isn't a lot, but that's what we need to make it to the end of the year. Because I don't do 12-month pay. I don't let the district keep my money over the summer and make the interest. I keep my money. We spread it out over the summer. We get the interest. So that I have to pay myself through the summer. I agreed that I needed, shoot. I'll wait. Okay. We agreed that I needed to make about $2,500. So that's why I have to work dōTERRA. And you guys, I'm serious. If you need any oils, if you need to know more about oils, I'm your girl. Mama Goonie is also learning. But I'm almost certified. I will be certified probably by the end of the week, which means that I should be able to answer any question about essential oils, or I should be able to find the answers for you. So thank you, Mama Goonie, for posting that. Yeah, he died last year, and he had not received the boys did not receive justice. And those of us girls who he called Betties, because he hated his mom, did not receive justice. He died too early. He only got 15 years probation for what he did. I'm talking about John Clark Donahue, you guys. If you want to know, this is part of my life experience, story time. I was in children's theater. I was a student at the children's theater. He was the artistic director, and he was a pedophile. So look him up. He's dead. He only got 15 years probation back in 1984, I think it was. He ended up going to Arizona because he didn't have restrictions on where he had to be, and he did the same thing in Arizona, but got back here before anybody caught him. Bad man. Probation. Mama Goonie, probation. 15 years. And parents protected him. Parents were like, because see, if you were a student at the children's theater, there was a real good chance that if you wanted to go to a really good school for musical theater, that you could do that, and then you'd end up on Broadway. There's so many musical theater or Broadway folks that came from Minneapolis that went through the children's theater. Parents would send their children up here to find some place to live so that they could be students at the Children's Theater of Minneapolis. You know, I just lived 3 or 4 miles away. You know, I told my mom what was happening, but she didn't believe it. She thought it was sensationalizing things because we had all sorts of people in our church who had children at the Children's Theater. And then it was John Peitzman. He was a teenager. He was the first Bartholomew Cubbins in the first Bartholomew Cubbins play ever produced. He was the first Bartholomew Cubbins. He blew the whistle. He blew the whistle, and parents were like, "Oh, we never knew this was happening." And I told my mom, how many times did I tell you that John Clark Donahue had a new boyfriend, and he was 12 years old, or he was 14 years old, or he was 9 years old? How many times did I tell you? Right? Oh, I should just do an episode on that. I don't know if I'd get sued. Children's Theater might come after me. But they know the truth. I'm not telling anything that's untruth. I'm not telling an untruth. I was there. And it's all, you can read it in the papers. Yeah. A lot of people did not believe it. They didn't want to believe it. But anyway, in this live stream, we need to end. I got the Steelhead Trout prepared. That's going on the grill. We got the grilled salad prepared. That's going on the grill. And we made some delicious wild rice that we can make for several meals. And just to top it off, let me show you where we are. You got to move Stella. I'll give you guys a Stella sighting in a minute. This is where we are with our chicken stock. Have not sunk to the bottom. They're still floating. They got a little bit of there still. This will be done cooking in another 2 hours, and then I will strain it. And this video will come out in 2 to 3 weeks. I'm not going to push myself. I'm going to have I will have the second pasta video Tuesday. The following week is Troy and I at Lake Superior having a day to just hang out by the water on a beautiful day. And then I've been invited to do a CTFO video where we are introducing the products of CTFO because I got paid and didn't know why. And I was like, oh, I better get into this. Whoa. So, and then I don't know, what do you guys think of this? I might do a weekly oil of the week. So an essential oil of the week. The first one I would do, I think, is Citrus Twist, because I just got it and it's awesome. I don't know, do a short 3-minute video on different oils through dōTERRA. I think that would be wise. It would help me build my business. And I'd love your opinion. If you don't want to write it here. Oh, Stella. Sorry, you're right. Stella, come here. They want to say hi. Do you want a treat? Should we get you a treat? We're going to get Stella a treat because she's a good dog. Okay, come here, puppy. Let's do it over here so they can see how good you are. Come on over here. Can you sit? Let's come over here. Can you sit? Okay, sit. Let's sit. Good dog. There's a treat. Can we do the up? You want to do up? There you go. Good dog. All right. You're such a good dog. You're such a good dog. Who's a good dog? Did you want to just one? Because you're so small. You can have one more. Okay, bye-bye. Go away. Go away. Good dog. Go away. Man, she's a good dog. They all say, hi, Stella. She's such a good dog. I think we need to end, you guys. I've really enjoyed my time today. I am liking doing a shorter live stream and doing manageable cooking projects. Like today was about prep and then showing you the wild rice. That I appreciate a lot more. I do want you to either Instagram me, put it in the comments or whatever, if you would like to see an oil of the week. I think that would be a nice integration of dōTERRA with Kicking It with Karen. Okay, so here we go. Let me see if I can get through this. I want to remind you to sustain yourself with I want to remind you to sustain your mind and body with good thoughts and good food. I want you to remember to focus on your dreams. dōTERRA, CTFO, YouTube. dōTERRA, CTFO, YouTube. And seek tranquility. If you can get just a little bit of tranquility, I guarantee you will find love, hope, and joy. You guys, I'll see you later. Thank you so much for coming.